Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Being with Tim, and I'm not filming this at dusk. It's just a little bit smoky in California right now, so it's the middle of the day, but it looks like it's after sunset. I haven't made a video in a while, and one of the reasons is that in California the summer really is the winter of beekeeping because it's just so bone dry and or everything's on fire that bees in California actually are, not doing a lot in the summer. They're just waiting for the rain to come, which means the flowers are going to come back and then they can go and get nectar and pollen again. So not a lot of activity. This is what California looks like right now. From the perspective of a bee, that is not a lot of food. And to that end, one of the things that we will be looking at today is the nutrition of all of these hives. How are they stocked on honey, and do they still have enough to go? Because let's not forget, the reason that bees make honey is because they have to be able to make it through tough times like the summer or the winter, depending on where you are. It's a quiet day overall, and obviously I'm not gonna need to be lighting a smoker today. So here we have, a brood frame. There is the queen. This is Betty. Plenty of brood, but the frames are otherwise completely empty. Let me just show you what I mean here. Slide this one back in. Look, nothing. There's no nectar, honey, that they've brought in. And they do have 2 full frames of brood. But, this brood is not going to be fed anything. It's another empty frame. So if this were just nature, without the beekeeper, this colony would not fare very well. Luckily for them, this is not just nature, because there happens to be a big hive next to it with plenty of honey in it. And what we're going to do is pull some deep frames out of the bottom boxes here that are filled with honey to help these guys out. This is the hive that was harvested a couple of weeks ago. There's the top 2 supers over there that we emptied, and so I'm going to see, hopefully they've filled up some of the frames that we emptied for them, and we'll take it from them again. Now, are they going to be happy about that? No, but as Trump would say, it is what it is. We got a shot of the boss right there. That is Freddie, who's in charge of this big hive. She's 2 years old at this point. She used to have a green dot on her, but that kind of got chewed up over the years. Still going strong. They're very well into filling the whole thing back up again. So I'm going to pull over this frame, which has a lot of uncapped honey on it still, and that should help feed these guys for a bit. Now, before I do that, I have to, of course, shake off the bees. This is about to make some chaos. Sorry, guys. Sorry. One full frame of honey. That's about 4 pounds or so of honey that they have to go, which should be plenty for just these 2 frames of bees. This is quite incredible. Here's just another frame that I pulled out that was also emptied in the harvest a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you can see into the hive, but all of these frames in the bottom boxes have been filled. They're only about halfway through the top boxes, which I've moved up over there, but this hive has just been crushing it. The honey you see in the front has already been completed. It's got that wax cap on it. And these are not yet done. So they still have to fill in more nectar and evaporate more moisture with their wings before they also have that. Look at that. so pleasing to look at. Different color nectar comes from different flowers. So look at that. You can have two distinct, a dark and a light one here. Look at that. I think I have decided that this frame actually is, I'm going to give this over to Tiramisu to get that hive just a little bit of a boost so they can up their numbers and have more food. Here is Tiramisu. She's been doing very well. Look at all those baby bees that she made. And, you know, she's sitting on a bunch of capped brood, doing quite well. This hive is very peaceful, which makes sense because that's the Italian genetics. Look at them. They don't care that I'm here. It's absolutely amazing, you know, compared to those Russians over there. Ooh, world of a difference. I don't even need a bee suit. Wow. All right. Full frame out, empty frame in. I've been trying to explain socialism to the bees and how it works, but I just stuck instead. It's not very polite. Now I have to tell them they're actually getting 2 empty frames. Oh. Ah! Ow. These gloves should not be breathing. Wow, these guys are at about an 11 right now in terms of angry. Just wanted to show you all the other part of bee nutrition, which is pollen, or it's sometimes referred to as bee bread. So they also store it in the honeycomb. See there, that's the honey in between there, that glistening stuff. So this is the pollen. Pollen is their main source of protein. So that's why they need that. And of course the honey is obviously the carbs. You know, I said I wasn't gonna need smoke today because it's already so smoky. I was wrong. I wonder if it has to do with the scent of the smoke or the fact that it darkens out the sky as if it's about to be stormy and they have to all be inside and dry. So something else that I've observed, which I think is rather curious, is we're currently looking at the swarm that I caught in episode 4. So these are local California bees. And what they have done over the past weeks is drastically reduce their colony size. So, you know, they were initially across 5 frames up here and then another 3 frames in the box above them. And now they've reduced their size to only 3 frames, which I think is interesting. You know, perhaps they've done that because they know that the nutrients are going to be very scarce over the summer, and they're just waiting for the rain to come, and then they'll boost their population back up. So here's, you know, here's one of the frames. It's quite densely laid, but what this brings me to is a rather sad announcement, which doesn't have anything to do with the decreased size of this hive, I think, because the pattern of the brood on the frames that have brood on them is still very strong. But unfortunately, Queen Anne has passed away. And I know this because, first of all, she's not in this hive, and I checked all of the frames. And second of all, they are building out queen cells to make a replacement for her. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know how old of a queen she was. She might have just died because it was past her time. Regardless, you know, I'm a little bit sad about it because they were doing so well. But yeah, now they will make a replacement for her. And so that's it. Shuffled around a couple of honey frames to make sure some of the smaller hives have all the resources that they need to make it through the next month or two. And checked in on Tiramisu, who is doing great. And also then, you know, said goodbye to Queen Anne, who's had a great half year here. Yes, we didn't really say goodbye to her. She died. Anyway, so she's gone. And I hope they'll be able to make a new queen, because it's not really the greatest season to be making new queens in this dearth. So I hope that works out. Worst case, I'm going to have to get a new queen through the mail. And that's it. See you guys next time.